NERDSoul.
I'm a big fan of Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin. I'm
Shouts.
a big fan of
Even though I love the movies, but the show I just couldn't get into.
Have you watched the whole show? The show.
I've only watched a couple of episodes.
No. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Cause see, the movies are cool, but then listen. The movies are like straight up gripping drama.
Before the pre-show,
and the show, I was like,
we can talk long, we can talk short, we can talk all day if you want. So, as a Kenshin fan, talking to a Kenshin fan who hasn't seen all of Kenshin, here's how you watch it. Because I said the same thing. I had a friend who was a big video head back in the early 90s when it came out. He had to basically beg me to watch this, and I'm like, why would I watch? The intro is very misleading. I show the people all the time the intro of the show with the little girl singing. I was looking at it like, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this. Right. And he's like, watch the show yet? And I'm like, I literally said to him, the show about the little girl with the red hair and the X on her face. And he was like, that's a dude. And I'm like, I'm out. I'm not. Yeah. Yes. I get it.
It's weird the way the movies play out, because I think it's two movies. Because I have them.
You talking about the animated movies or the ones that are on Netflix?
The animated movies.
Okay, so you have Samurai X. It was the Batosai. Okay.
Yeah, so Samurai X, that's what I've seen. So that's Samurai X, that's dope. Samurai X is sweet. Yeah, there's two movies.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's gripping drama, and it's actually kind of sad.
It's very sad.
but it's amazing. And then I watched the show and I was like, this is kind of whack.
So if you're gonna watch it, but here's the thing: you watch the first two, so you got a good start. You're in a good right. Then you go into the show and it's 10 years later, right?
Oh,
okay. It's 10 years later, and what happens is he's given up being the Batosai. He's given up. He's given up a life. He's given up a life of violence. It's a life of peace. He has a sword called the Sakubato, which is a reverse blade sword. He doesn't kill anymore. He's trying to make amends for what he did as a Batosai. That's what the show's about. So you watch the show and that goes on. You'll meet his master and all sort of stuff. Then there's another movie that's the end.
A word?
Yeah.
See, I thought because I remember getting the movies and I was like, man, these joints are dope. Because I even own the movies. So I was like, man, these are joints are dope. I don't know what they did with the show. The show is whack. But now, you know what? I'll see if Kenshin is on Netflix or Hulu or something. I'm gonna see if I can check it out.
It's on HBO Max.
All right, cool. I got Max. So what?
And I'm gonna tell you this at first with the Kenshin show. You're gonna be misled by the goofiness, right? Because that's why you're like, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of goofy.
The movie is straight serious. The movie
is straight,
which is what I need.
Yeah, it's samurai. It's bloody. It's sad. It's traumatizing to the characters and stuff like that. The show becomes a different thing because he becomes another person. And then there's a Kenshin the end where it captures. I won't tell you what happens because it'll straight spoil it. But it's him after the show ends, and the show doesn't really pick up. I think there's 90 episodes of the show, the series, and it's all, like I said, it's on HBO Max.
Cool.
But it I would say after I would say literally you got to get into when the main bad guy Shishio shows up.
All right.
I don't remember.
So you kind of got to get if it's a shonen-ish show, then I kind of got to slog through like the first 5 or so episodes.
If you're not the first person I told this to, you're the 100th person I told this to. You got to give it a minute. And then once you get the 100, I guarantee you will contact me and be like, it was worth the wait. I was the same way. Everybody I told was the same way.
Because I remember seeing the movies, and then I liked them so much that I bought them so I could have them in my collection. Right. And I've always thought like, man, these movies are great. I don't know who they let handle the show, but that was always my energy. My energy was like, I don't know what they did over there, but over here.
And the show gets, what happens is the show starts out and you're gunning to know all the characters, right? And then you get into the point where the main bad guy shows up and Kenshin has to start being the dude he was without being the dude who kills. So that goofy part is kind of important. You'll realize that once you watch it in retrospect, you're like, I got to sit through this. This is important, right? And then once it gets serious, and now the added dilemma is he can't just kill this dude because there are people from the movies that you saw that are still in this.
Oh, okay.
The captain, remember the little kid on the side of the Shogun Police, and that dude he's a cop now in the show. He's a police officer because now it's the Meiji era.
and they don't carry swords. You can't walk around with a sword out. It's a bunch of other.
Yeah.
So it's very political. It's there's Japan very much transitioning into a more inclusive world. I'll actually tell you, ironically, how it ties into Sons of Fate is supposed to be the story that history doesn't know on why the Japanese closed its doors to the West for 200 years until Matthew Perry came. That's what Sons of Fate basically is. So if history didn't tell you, and I wrote a story about it was a child from Africa who came in and through fate, literally ended up helping to forge the Tokugawa shogunate. He's very hands-on involved in what happens. And then My Deadly Beloved is a story about the characters in Sons of Fate in their beginnings and meanderings that lead up to.